I'm finally doing it. I'm making patchwork shorts on Patchwork television. I can't believe this took me 20 videos. Speaking of, lately I've been spending way too much time in front of my computer and not enough time in front of my sewing machine. So I knew I wanted to do a sewing project for this week's video, but I wasn't sure what to do. As I was cleaning up my studio and sorting through fabric, I found a ton of scraps. My first instinct, of course, was to throw them away, but then I realized something. This was my next project. The scraps in my hands were the untapped potential to become something great. Instead of throwing them away, I wanted to take the opportunity to showcase how easy it is to upcycle old fabrics into new clothes through patchworking. So today, in true Patchwork television fashion, we're gonna make something out of nothing. Every year, over 90 billion tons of clothes are tossed into landfills. Over 11 billion of that comes to the United States alone. It's estimated that only 15% of clothing gets recycled. This leaves the rest to pile up in landfills. This doesn't even account for all the damage done by the fashion industry on the production end. From dye and microplastic pollution to exploitative labor practices, an industry that can look so beautiful is built on a lot of pain and suffering. As someone who obviously enjoys fashion as a form of self-expression and an art form, sustainability is also very important to me. If we're going to do something, we should do it the right way. A lot of the root cause of this damage is overconsumption. Social media and influencers beg users to consume more than they need to achieve false status or chase trends. Because that demand exists, fast fashion companies are popping up to create the supply. The issue is that these cheap clothes get worn a few times and then are thrown away, partly because they're so poorly constructed and partly because they are only needed for a fleeting trend. Another major factor in overconsumption is buying clothes when you feel down to get a quick hit of dopamine. But this good feeling often goes away quickly because material objects can't truly patch the mind. This pushes consumers into a cycle of constant buying to chase that good feeling. So you might be wondering, how does all this relate to making patchwork shorts? Well, you see, all the problems I just talked about can be solved with upcycling. When you take your old clothes or fabric scraps and turn them into a new item of clothing, it prevents textile waste from going into landfills. It also decreases consumption because you aren't buying new clothes, just upcycling the old ones. Also, through the act of design and craft, you can boost your mental health exponentially, way more so than just buying a product. Simultaneously, you're also developing a skill. It may take a little bit of time, but it saves a lot of money and the earth. And what were you going to do at that time anyways, besides doom scroll Instagram reels? If you need to feel productive so badly, just throw on a podcast while you sew, or maybe even some of my older videos. Now obviously, upcycling isn't the end-all be-all solution to fashion's major sustainability problem. A lot of the heavy lifting has to be done on the corporate end or with manufacturers. However, it is a small thing we can do as consumers to reduce our own waste and show these corporations that we do want change by voting through our actions. It can also be a beautiful form of self-expression through handcrafted works of art that you can wear on your body. So now that we've talked about why upcycling is so impactful, I want to show you how easy it is in practice by upcycling these scraps I have into some patchwork shorts. As with every project, I like to start by getting some inspiration. With upcycling projects, you are a bit more limited to what you can design based on the scraps that you have. But it can be fun to challenge yourself with these strict parameters. If you have ideas that do require specific colors or fabrics, I would recommend upcycling used clothes from thrift stores instead of buying new fabrics. Oftentimes, if these clothes don't sell, they'll be sent to landfills anyways. A lot of my first ever sewing projects actually came from this method. I found maxi skirts are pretty good for upcycling because you can get a lot of fabric out of them. Anyways, after sorting through my fabrics, I found a lot of scraps that were black and white. Based on these parameters, I want to make a pair of patchwork shorts that are half black, half white. That sort of evoke a yin-yang imagery. Instead of splitting it right down the middle though, I want to do it along the diagonal. Now it's more like the light is on top and its shadow is underneath. My other idea was to make a black and white checkerboard pattern, but this seemed kind of obvious and also would be better for a jacket than shorts. During my research, I found a bunch of random patchwork projects, and I put that Pinterest board in the description if you need a starting place for your own inspiration. For my overall silhouette, I just grabbed some images of oversized shorts to replicate during my pattern making. Now it's the fun part. We can actually start patchworking our scraps into usable textiles. For most patchwork projects, I'd recommend having your pattern done first so you know approximately what dimensions of fabric you need to build up to. I always draft my own patterns to match my measurements and desired silhouette. I put a YouTube playlist in the description of the videos I use to learn shorts pattern drafting if you need help making your own pattern. I essentially took a basic pants block, widened the legs, and cut the hem shorter. Here's what my pattern pieces look like. So I'm going to need about 10 patchwork fabric blocks that are each about the same size as my pattern pieces. You may notice there's no waistband pattern, and that's because I always draw my waistbands at the end after I've tried on the pants to make sure the waist fits how I want. So I started by marking out the lines for each strip on my pattern to get a rough estimate for how long each strip should be. Using those guidelines, I made a base rectangle for the length and width of each strip, accounting for seam allowance. With that block, I then cut all my scraps into rectangles that were at least the correct width so I could then sew them together into the desired length. Once I had all these rectangles, I just started sewing pieces together into strips, making sure to account for the black to white ratio to give me that sloping diagonal pattern. I started each patchwork with a straight stitch and then finished the raw edge with a zigzag. A serger would have been preferred here, but I don't have one yet. After that, I ironed the seam towards the hem and top stitch with matching color threads. It's important to put that extra time and attention into these small details for quality, since upcycling is all about adding value to things. If you take scraps and throw them together into a hunk of junk you won't even wear, then they might as well have stayed scraps. The whole point of this is to be better than fast fashion. Once I had the individual strips ready, I sewed them into the full panel that could essentially be used as a fabric for my front left leg pattern piece. I repeated the process of zigzagging the raw edges and top stitching on the vertical seams as well to keep a clean finish. I repeated this process for my other 3 panels and all the other pattern pieces such as the yokes and the pocket bags. In all honesty, it's a lot of work, but I channeled the energy of my quilter grandmas and they gave me the strength to persevere. My grandma Lou was actually the one who first taught me how to sew, so in a way, this project's kinda dedicated to her. Now that I have basically just made my own fabrics, I need to use my pattern pieces to cut them down to size. I carefully lined up my pieces on the patchwork textiles and cut them all out. Now it's the easy part. Kind of. I just need to sew everything together like a normal pair of shorts. It's easy for me because I've done this dozens of times. For you, it might be a little bit harder, but it's easy to learn. I started with adding my back yokes, all the pockets, as well as the button fly panels. With those in place, I started sewing the legs together. Usually on jean shorts, which were the inspiration for this project, you would sew the inseam first with a lap seam. But since I wanted to keep the pattern of my top stitching going all the way around the most visible part of the shorts, I did the outseam first. I made sure to try them on before I finished the inseam. I tried them on again once I sewed the inseam and noticed the waist was a bit larger than I expected. I simply added 2 darts to the back and it fixed my issue. With that taken care of, I added my waistband, finished the hems, and the shorts were finally done. And here they are, in all their glory. This is the happiest I've been with a design of mine in a hot minute. The patchwork came out beautifully, but the shorts themselves are also very nice. The front has 2 angled side pockets, which I prefer over the typical curved jean pocket because it's easier to slide your hand into. I also tried a new detail here with the keychain holder. I've done D-rings on belt loops before, but I wanted to see how it looked extended out, and not gonna lie, I might have to keep this detail for future iterations. On the back we have the normal stitched jean type pocket on the larger white side, and then the welt pocket to fit the white space on the right. The different pocket styles definitely add to the overall asymmetrical theme of these shorts. The black and white split itself came out very clean. You can definitely see the line of division creating a glass half full, half empty type of vibe. It's like, is the light coming down to overpower the darkness, or is the darkness creeping up to extinguish the light? For me, it'll probably look different depending on the day. Aside from that, I kept it quite simple to really let the patchwork shine. All the other components are complements to the art of the patchwork with the utilitarian elements it deserves, so I can wear these every day this summer. I'm hoping as they wear in into stress, they'll start looking even better. But in order to do that, I have to actually wear them. So let's see how these shorts look on the body.
There's a crack in everything.
Here's me trying on the shorts and testing all the pockets and such. In my humble opinion, they look even better on the body than when laid flat. The oversized silhouette came out just how I envisioned it in my head. I also tried styling it with some different tops. The patchwork sweater and black crop top are things I had made before, and I was curious how they would look with the shorts. I also made this denim jacket as well. The cream sweater was something I thrifted, but I wanted to see the transition to the white continue all the way up the body. My favorite look though was the black dress shirt, which is actually Yves Saint Laurent I found secondhand. I'm still wearing it actually. Right now, I'm in love with the oversized bottoms and slim top combo, as well as styles that merge dressy with casual. I'm gonna have to definitely keep messing around with the styling of these throughout the summer though. If you guys have any ideas of what else I should pair these with, help me out in the comments. I always struggle when it comes to styling. After deciding my favorite look, of course I had to run a photo shoot to get that Instagram post. If you want to see how those pictures came out, make sure to follow me over there. You can see all the clothes I make, as well as the BTS for the process, and some updates about videos and future projects.
That's the only way the light gets in.
If you couldn't tell, this is my first time making patchwork shorts. I've done other stuff before, but never the shorts. After this project, it definitely won't be my last time though. The shorts came out amazing, but there are still some areas where I can clean it up a little bit more. For example, the zigzag stitch on the inside isn't doing as much as I wanted to keep things clean, so next time I may try using French seams or lap seams for even cleaner finishes. I definitely want to keep developing my patchwork skills, and I might even turn this into a series where I do various patchwork projects with different techniques each time. If that's something you want to see, or you have a fun project idea for me to try next, let me know in the comments. It's so rewarding to see fabrics I was on the verge of throwing away turn into something truly beautiful. It's like the physical manifestation of this channel, which is part of why I named it Patchwork Television. The founding ethos is that through hard work and creativity, all of us can make something out of nothing.
But nobody told you.
Oh yeah, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.